Hey, you're a busy man, Ian. I know you've got a gig coming up on Friday down in Brunswick Heads, and you've also got a brand new album in a couple of weeks' time as well. And wearing a couple of different hats at the moment. How's that all going for you?
Um, that's a very good question. It's going well. It's feeling new again. It's been like 10 years since I've had to think about the hats this hard. Birds has just been doing its thing, and Carnivool's been laying dormant, sort of, fairly semi-active but dormant to a point. So yeah, it's all about to kick off again. This year is going to be mental, but that's cool. I'm up for it.
Yeah, I mean, I must admit, I was very, very pleasantly surprised when the announcement came out, just sort of April, June-ish last year, that you guys were touring again. There's going to be a new album, and now it's just a couple of weeks away. So what is the process like for you guys with Carnival, where, as you said, it has been 10 plus years since, a studio record? How does who makes the first move there? Who reaches out and says, "Hey guys, we should get back together again and start, laying down some tracks?"
Good question. Well, I mean, I'll try and get this as succinct as I can quickly. So yeah, basically, record came out Asymmetry in 2013. We didn't really do anything until end of 2015 because we were touring off that record. And then we got in the studio and it was picked up and put down a bit. Couldn't really get it started the way we wanted. Couldn't get it to feel like it was going in the right direction. And then, through 2016-19, there was a pretty ups and downs there. There were some pretty big mental health issues in the band, and we had to sort of put that first, as you do. People's mental health definitely comes first. So there's bits and pieces done in around that. It was again picked up and put down. And then end of 2019, 20, we put out All It Takes, the single. That was a super important song. That gave us this like, okay, cool, there is a path forward here. Band's loving this song. We've got something to chew into here. And from there, we thought we had the record. We got really excited and confident. And then we got in the studio, realized that the bar was here. The bar needs to be here. So with much frustration, we're like, fuck, it's just not there, is it? So back in, take the brakes off, let it sit there and work on it in bits and pieces. And then, yeah, sort of 2023, end of, we're like, oh man, I think we've got this. And then we really chipped in a bit through 2024. December 2024, had a conversation with Forrester, pre-production chat started, and we're like, we've got it, let's go. January 2025 to May 2025, we had Forrester in the studio, our assistant engineer, Owen Thomas, all working out of a Foxhole studio in Perth. So yeah, January to May, we hammered it out and got it done, to our disbelief as I'm speaking to you. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah. We did
yes,
it. It's
we fucking
done.
did it.
Yeah.
With like working with Forrester for so many years, like do you think that that he knows you guys so well that he's able to almost contribute to so much of the production process that he's almost like imparting creative vision now with you guys?
Oh, absolutely. Like he's the sixth Beatle, like he's the sixth member. And through this time, this over a decade of having this thing sitting there, he's been in and out in bits when we thought we were good to go, or we had something to talk about. So he's been privy to it, like this long form creative thing. But yeah, just getting him back in there, he understands, yeah, how the band works, how the band doesn't work. His ears, his head around songs, transitions, his language, super important,
Yeah.
communication in the room, creative sort of stuff, really good. And yeah, it works, man. And he holds you accountable too. I think that stuff's important. It's like, oh man, you said you'd do this and you didn't. What the fuck? It's like, all right, cool, I'm doing it. Like, get it done. Yeah, it worked, and happy
Yeah.
days.
Yeah, that's awesome. I was kind of wondering as well with All It Takes, like obviously that's come out years before this album's release and it still features on the album. Was it a case of it felt like, and I know you said like you sort of had that to something to look to as like a almost like a lighthouse of like, okay, this is this sort of new Carnival sound that we might be working towards. Did you find that you sort of built an album around it, or was it sort of a different sort of feeling where you ended up with the album and then it was like, well, we should pay homage to that single and include that on the album because it does obviously sonically mash with everything that's there. I just wonder how that sort of went with you guys.
For all it takes, that was.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, all it takes. like I said, super important song. At that point, we just knew, okay, this is a new lane forward. We probably didn't have the sonic design yet for the record. It was just let's follow this and see how we go. And at that point, everything was sitting there in like multiple demo form. We kind of had most of the record just in, there's indecision around it all. So you just followed that through, and I think the actual sound of the record, it came after that, and like we love the dynamics. So that was a fairly riffy, heavy, beefy song. We probably wrote something quite different after that, and then it all sort of comes in its layers, and yeah, we just sort of chased it after that.
Yeah, fair. I mean, dynamically, this album is that's definitely a highlight of every track. I mean, you look at just like we got the pre-release album, which is fantastic. Thank you so much for sending that through to us. And yeah, just like looking at the waveforms of all the tracks. I mean, like it's so different to the brick walls that we so often get sent here at the station. And there is so much dynamic range on every track. I mean, it helps that obviously you guys can write long form tracks, and you're not limited by what somebody else might be wanting from you. And it's just so refreshing. Every track is a story, and yeah, the range is awesome. So that definitely comes through really, really big.
Yeah. We were very mindful of that. Like there was sections where because they weren't either dynamic enough or they were holding too much, we literally pulled them out of the songs. And that whole, like every good record, it needs to flow and it needs to lift you up, put you down gently, and then throw you against the wall and then bring you back in for a hug. Like it's just gotta make you feel. It's gotta make you move. Yeah.
So obviously you did a limited run of dates last year with Karnivool, and I guess you would have played some of the new songs. Now that the album is, due to be released in a couple of weeks' time, and as you've spoken about, it's been years in the making. Is there going to be like a bigger run of shows, do you think, for Karnivool, not just here, but perhaps over the globe?
Yeah, sure. We're supposed to be in India in February. Sadly, a few days ago, that just got cancelled. Muse, we were playing with Muse, and they pulled out. And they've pulled a bunch of shows, so hopefully everyone in that camp is good. But then, so Europe is April, May this year, and then we'll put some Australian dates in for July into August. We haven't that hasn't been announced yet, but that's in the works. And then end of the year, maybe North America. We're very keen to get back there. We're very aware to the chat that's going online. People are just like, when are you coming back? So hopefully that's an end of this year. If not, that's an early 2027. And then more Australian stuff next year. We're back in Europe for the festival stuff, mid-2027. There's some Japan stuff coming up. Man. Yeah, it's on.
It's going to be a full calendar.
Yeah, new album does these things. It's like, as exciting as it is to get the album out, I mean, what comes with it. You have to talk to people like us. You have to go to play in random places across the globe. It is work. Once the work's done, then the other work starts.
Oh, totally. Yeah, talking to you guys is lovely. You guys are great, but you're right though. Like it's like this. It hasn't been this active in over a decade, and like even in rehearsals, like yesterday, we were like just chatting about what's next, and everyone's like, "Whew, yeah, we haven't done this in a while. Like we haven't had to be that band in a long time. But are we good?" And it was like, "Yeah, we're good." I was like, "Okay, cool, let's go."
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose you'd be used to that aspect of it with, your work with birds and stuff. So I guess some of those skills would transition across, but there's obviously a stark difference in the music and things that come across as well.
Yeah, but even in rehearsals yesterday, like it's our first start on the new stuff and building the live performance of this record. And we've got a lot of work to do, but even in the playing, you're just like, man, these dudes are just weapons. So good. So yeah, no one's lost anything. I'm not saying you have. I'm more to the point. It's like, wow, this is like we're back in the seat, and people are hungry again, and there's this wicked kind of energy back and things. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I mean the time away from I guess from the process definitely would keep that fire burning, and just like the feeling of getting back into the studio and having that intensity again must be so refreshing. Just to
Totally.
Yeah.
And there's a massive sense of like
There's a fella with a knife outside.
Oh, that's my son.
A child
He's
with a
good.
saber on your balcony. Child Protective Services are calling right now. They want to know what's going on.
Actually, wait a sec. That's not my son. Who is that guy? He's got a
Oh,
knife.
that's awesome.
He's got a katana. I think is that a katana? Japanese
Yeah, it
sword?
looks like it. Yeah.
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 Ah, he's fine. It's just a kid with a sword.
Ah, yeah, that's just playtime.
Many such cases. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, for like for people who are wondering about I guess, what's happened between drinks for you guys on albums. I mean, was there any sort of gear slash, I guess, instrumental experimentation on this record? Like did anything sort of change up? Because of course like music tech's changing. People are doing a whole bunch of different things to get bigger sounds and, fatter guitars and all the rest of it. Like I mean, without giving away any industry secrets, is there anything that you guys were excited to bring into the studio this time?
That's a very good question. Not sure how qualified I am as the
Well,
singer to answer that. But um, I mean, Drew has got a lot. He's got a whole bunch of baritone stuff going on this record, which isn't so much on the others. And he's very choice about where he places his baritone sort of stuff. Um, there's some bagpipes and guitar pipes
okay.
happening on this record.
This is what I wanted to that's where I was kind of gonna go with this. So you've gotten to the point early. That is genuinely my favorite point on the whole record. The outro to Salva. Is that how you say it? Salva? Salva? Salva?
Over.
Um that was honestly for me like the real goosebumps moment of the whole album. I think that outro and I was like I didn't know whether you'd want to even say what was happening on it, like the inclusion of the bagpipes, but like it just like hits you out of nowhere and it's like the most tasteful use of bagpipes I've ever heard in modern recording.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, the thing about Salva, for us, it was a no-brainer. That's the record to close the song to close
Absolutely.
the record. But also, too, what's great about the way Carnival can put music together, it's yeah, that's going to close the record, but it's how we close pieces. It's how we close songs as well. That I just love when we get it right. And that one particularly, the guitar pipe. So yeah, that whole melody, the guitar pipes, that was actually originally a Korg synth line that John came up with,
Yep.
which then we sort of replicated. We got a friend to come in and do some bagpipes, and that was kind of close. And then I think Drew heard some guitar pipes off a Hans Zimmer thing, and he's like, "Oh man, maybe that's it." So diving into that, yeah, we got a blend between bagpipes and guitar, and it just has this whole sense of victory. Like it's
Mhm.
like we, and it's cathartic. It's like we did it. It's a total no-brainer to close the record. It's like it's like, oh God, we did it.
Yeah.
Well done, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, it does come across like that as well. It is super cinematic, and when I heard it, I was like, oh, I mean, closing a record can sometimes be a hard thing to do, and you don't know sort of what feeling you want to leave with people. But for an album that I imagine you're going to hope a lot of people listen to in totality, I guess your fans are probably a lot more musically inclined than most. It is that perfect finisher, and I think yeah, it's so obvious that it needs to be there. And like you said, I mean, it does feel like Hans Zimmer cinematic. Like there's a lot going on, and it's
Oh
different
man.
too. The start of that song could have been a Birds track, that with the harmonically, it's very different to the rest. It's a lot more standard when it comes to like the chords that are being used. But then the outro adds those layers that you're like, okay, no, this is definitely a Carnival track, and holy shit, yes, it really is a Carnival track.
Yeah, the chord movement towards the end through
Mm.
that whole section is wild. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's bananas there.
Well, you said you were aware of the noise that's going on with, touring and stuff. So far, I mean, the album's out in a couple of weeks' time, February 6th. How have you found, the noise about you guys being back and bringing out new music? Has it been overwhelming?
It's a little overwhelming, but it's all love, man. It's also positive, and it's just feeling good in the gut and the heart that we have something to share again and a lot to say. Um, yeah, it's feeling really, really cool. I think the band's very much looking forward to what's next, man. It's gonna be great.
Well, February 6th, Inverses comes out. You will be able to catch it wherever you get your music. Buy yourself a physical copy. I no doubt there'll be limited edition releases of vinyls and all such going on through
Yeah,
the
Record Store
website.
Day coming out
Yeah.
very soon too. So
Hey,
just
there you
saying.
go.
Yeah, just saying.
And of course, many tour dates, as you've already mentioned. Ian, thanks so much for taking the time to chat to us. And thank you for bringing out more Carnival because I know I'm excited and I know everyone else is.
Oh, man, I appreciate this. Thanks to you guys. It's awesome.
Absolutely, man. Well, might get to chat after the when you're in midway through the tour cycle after everything's sort of, washing over you, and we'll see how optimistic you still are about it all.
Oh no, let's do it again. Yeah, let's see where we're at. Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it, mate. Thank
Sick.
you.
Awesome.
Keep an eye on that katana wielding child of yours.
Yeah, yeah. It's so funny.